In the Bay Area, there's over 130,000 seniors who barely meet their basic needs, based on a recent sustainability study. There was a time when Rose was scared that she would be homeless, until she walked through the doors of Volunteers of America. She loves the life she has now and enjoys the freedom she feels not having to worry about tomorrow. She said to me, "I can live like a human being now. I can enjoy life." She now volunteers at the local community garden and in our homeless shelters. Rose is just one of the many stories that come through Volunteers of America. Today, we hope to share with you the outstanding work of family and staff of Volunteers of America that they accomplish on a daily basis. I know some of you here today are seeing Volunteers of America for the first time, and some of you know who Volunteers of America is. And some of you may have never heard of Volunteers of America. And I would say a great deal of people have never heard of Volunteers of America. I want to say that we are the well-kept secret, which is not really the best thing for nonprofits. So today you're going to learn all about Volunteers of America. I want to say that we are the best kept secret because we serve those who most people don't notice. It's the homeless man at the corner. It's the foster youth who has nowhere to go. It's the senior who is too proud to ask for help. We have helped those most in need for over 120 years in our community. It's hard sometimes, I'm sure, it's hard for me sometimes, and I'm sure hard for you, to imagine someone not being noticed. Sometimes we just want to push that problem aside or brush it off. Recently, I had to deal with my teenage nephew, Elijah, who in the last year had some run-ins with the law. He has always been a difficult child. My son, Cameron, never understood him. He would always say, "He's a stupid kid, he's bad." This past weekend on Mother's Day, me and my son were talking, and he told me, "Mom, I've just realized that I didn't do this on my own." I was a little confused by this statement. My son is an engineering student in college, an only child, and somewhat of a spoiled kid. So of course I was confused by this statement because he's slightly self-centered, as most college kids are his age. He continued to enlighten me. He said, "I have realized that when I needed something, you were there. When I was playing soccer and I wasn't really good at it, you got me into a soccer clinic. When I couldn't read at grade level in 3rd grade, you got me a tutor. And when I was interested in science camp, you sent me to science camp. Every time I had an obstacle or an interest in something, you were there. I am who I am because you paid attention and showed me the way. I realize now that Elijah isn't who he is because he doesn't care or isn't smart enough. Maybe it's because no one paid attention." My son came to this revelation through his family experience, and for the first time, he noticed his cousin Elijah. He even took him bowling last week when, not too long ago, he wouldn't even look at him. This epiphany brought me back to the quote I once heard. "You can't be what you can't see." This is exactly what everyone here at Volunteers of America works hard to do. We show those we serve the kind of life they never thought was possible. How many times do we not notice those around us? That they may need help or just an opportunity for someone to believe in them, to truly see them. Your presence here today to the witness of the works of Volunteers America is proof positive that we all know deep down in our hearts that we can and must give to those who have found themselves in need of redemption. We can give them a fighting chance to change their circumstances and become independent, productive, and contributing citizens. They're not only contributing members of society, but they are your friends, your neighbors, your community. While we can't remove all the obstacles in their way, our programs can be a springboard that they need to have to better chance for success. We do this to build a strong community where the most broken and most vulnerable among us know that someone cares. Getting there is often a long and an emotional road that all of us here at Volunteers of America are willing to travel with them. As government funding decreases, we continue to look for opportunities to close the gap. In the Bay Area, we have a $400,000 gap that we need to raise each year. Most of that belongs to our Foster a Dream program, which is a fully community-funded program that has no government support. Volunteers of America is committed to helping foster youth and has taken on the challenge in our community. For example, last month, 3 youth who just emancipated out of foster care and were homeless had walked into our office at Foster a Dream. Within a couple of days, we were able to get them into housing and a job development program in Sacramento. Just recently, we awarded a large grant from the Walter S. Johnson Foundation in collaboration with the Contra Costa County ILSP to research the needs of foster youth in our community and how our local service providers can better meet the needs of those youth, like the 3 young men that found themselves sleeping in their car. It's these stories that make me even more aware of how important it is that we continue to fill the funding gaps. And the good news is that each year you have helped us close that funding gap. In turn, you can be assured we are doing everything we can to run Volunteers America as effectively and efficiently as possible. We measure everything we do and only continue to do those things that we do well. Volunteers of America was there yesterday, is there today, and thanks to truly caring people like you, we will be there tomorrow to pick up the slack, fill in the cracks, and provide much needed assistance to those most in need. Because everyone needs to be noticed. So I want to leave you with this. So no matter what you have done or what you are going to do, know that it all matters.